Well, I most certainly will not be heading to that hospital anytime soon. No, I will not. Welcome back, everyone. This is Jason. This video is going to be doing my review of The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode number 4, Slabtown. Um, Good episode. Probably, uh, yeah, this episode basically overall was very different from everything we've seen this season so far. Um, Obviously, there's been the anticipation and to find out what's going on with Beth. Well, we finally have seen Beth. But we haven't seen her since she was kidnapped towards the end of that episode where she's been, walking, hanging out with Daryl after the demise of the prison colony. Um, so now we finally see Beth is in a hospital in Atlanta, and everything we've seen in the seasons after they left Atlanta, we haven't seen what Atlanta has looked like, or we haven't been back there till now, and it's uh, they did a great job on showing how desolate Atlanta, or like downtown Atlanta looked. I mean, obviously we've seen, neighborhoods and suburbs of Atlanta and stuff like that, outskirts, neighborhoods, whatever. But, we haven't seen downtown area since, Rick was down there with that first group. Um, Man, it looks bad. It, it looks like World War III hit it totally. And so we see she's in a hospital. She was kidnapped by this group, and basically it looks like it was run by a group of cops. And at first, it may seem like, oh, well, they're just picking up people, they're bringing them back to health, and then you assume they'd be sending them on their way. But no, that's not how this place is being run. It's this group of cops is very controlling, very narcissistic, very very governing. Um, I'd say it's similar to how, as far as personality wise, is similar to the governor, but there's also a major uncomfortable feeling that goes along with it, because they're not just controlling and telling him what to do. There's also obviously some level of sexual abuse that's going on in this hospital too, which makes it even uncomfortable to talk about. It's like, whoa. So there's the constant threat of the walkers, no matter where you go. But obviously, this is a much different conflict that the people in this hospital are dealing with. As far as um, there aren't too many good characters from this episode besides Beth. We see, I believe his name was Noah, the guy that tried to escape with her towards the end of the episode. Um, we see Joan. Joan met her demise horribly. Uh, and it was nice to see what happened to Gorman, that one cop. He was, wow, he was just slime, wow. I mean, it's one thing to see, and I can't think of her name, the head cop woman who's looks like she's basically, running the place. Uh, Super controlling, just they get you back to health, and then they convince you that you have to stay so in order to get better, and they just they don't make it easy for you to leave. They basically tell you you're stuck. It's the elevator shaft or nothing. It's um man, really really awkward episode to watch. A good episode, but very awkward. And the it's going to be interesting to see where this all goes. I was kind of assuming that we were going to see, Beth escape and that she was going to hopefully run into Daryl and Carol, who obviously were on their way to follow uh, the car that had the cross on the back. We see that these there was a line of vehicles outside the hospital when they were trying to escape that had all those crosses on the back. So we see, obviously, that's proof of where these vehicles have come from. I was hoping to see Daryl and Carol together, but unfortunately, when Beth tried to escape with Noah, only Noah got away. Which out of either of them, who was going to get away, I was assuming it was going to be Beth because, well, Noah's leg was messed up. He was limping. Obviously, he's weaker. He had been beat up by the cops recently. He was roughed up. And considering how tough Beth has gotten over the course of the last few episodes that we have seen her, with Daryl, and man, when she had the gun and she was taking out walkers, I mean, she's really, um, she's toughened up. It was great to see that. She's really changed. And by the end of the episode, it's like, wow, I think Beth has grown up a lot. She's changed. I think she's capable of just about anything. Basically, it was kind of like watching Glenn's escape from the prison. I put it at that level of like, wow, look at him go. Um, so yeah, so Beth, she doesn't escape from the hospital, but she obviously um, hurt um, the crew that's been watching her and keeping her there. She took out Gorman, and I'm not sure about this doctor. The doctor seems pretty okay. He seems obviously he doesn't like being kept there either. He doesn't feel like he has a choice either. So he's if he's threatened, he's going to take you out too. Obviously, he did that to the other doctor, um, and made sure that Beth accidentally on purpose gave him a dose of the wrong stuff. Yeah. Which is why they call it Slabtown. It's they send a slab down the elevator shaft. Man, that was nuts. Um, so yeah, and then at the end of the episode, the only glimpse of someone else from the other group is Carol, and we see her coming down the hallway. She's on a stretcher. She looks to be unconscious, but we saw her only for a brief moment, so we don't know if she was really hurt in trying to get through Atlanta with Daryl. Um, we don't know if she's faking it, and they found the place, so she just tried to get into the place. We don't know. Hopefully she's okay, but obviously this increases Beth's odds of getting out of the hospital with someone else now. Yeah, in her escape, they picked her up and they dragged her back in. They didn't just let her go. They could have, but obviously, oh well, who's going to take care of them now? It's like they're slaves. So yeah, weird episode, very uncomfortable to watch, but good nonetheless. And another big question was, Beth going to be able to carry an episode by herself? I think she did a really great job. I mean, if she was still the same character she was a couple seasons ago, then obviously I think fans would be feeling different. But man, she kicked ass. She didn't get away, but she kicked ass. So that was nice to see. So, and then it also bears the question: who was with Daryl in the last episode? Who came out of the woods with Daryl? I don't think it's Beth. I don't think it's Carol, I have a feeling that it's going to be that Noah guy from the hospital, and that will, um, in turn, then they'll use him because he obviously knows the hospital. They'll use him to get in, rescue Carol and Beth. That's just a guess. That's just a prediction. I don't know, but you'd almost have to assume that's kind of how it would happen. But this season so far has been pretty unpredictable, so who knows what's going to happen. So that's my review of this episode. Um, pretty cool episode. We know that Beth's okay, but now she's with Carol in the hospital, and we'll have to see where it goes. So yeah, let me know, what you thought of it. Put it in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of it. Probably, uh, you know, not the greatest episode so far, but obviously it was good to see Beth and to see the development of her character as well. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, guys.